Did you notice the glitch in the Matrix? It happened on September the 17th, 2011. The Matrix had a glitch. And just under a month later, on the 15th of October, the whole world had a glitch. And it's had a glitch for a long, long time, as cities all over the world followed the example of Occupy Wall Street. And now we're in the spring of our discontent. It's all going to start up again over in the States and here. And really, it begins on the 5th of May in Victoria Square, where you have to be. Because it's just no good being plugged into the Matrix with your heads buried in the sand. So I suppose it's time to come out of hibernation. We have to be in agreement that the acts perpetrated against us in trying to prevent us from communicating on the internet by the 1% trying to bring in Sober, Pippa, ACTA and now CISPA are obvious attacks on the individual's right to free speech, because the internet really is the only avenue of free speech an individual has. Even if I don't get many people listening to this boring old sod, some people do anyway. But let's face it, we're living in a tyranny, and every issue is a 99% issue. And it's something that we can't get away from. And everything that's a tyranny is something that we have to oppose, because a tyranny makes us all slaves anyway, and we appear to be heading towards a tyranny. And with something like 25% of Spanish people unemployed, 1 in 4, the worry is that I suppose that situation could eventually happen in the United Kingdom. But then again, it's happening in Spain, and these people are human beings as well. And it's the economic system that is actually causing them to suffer. So my understanding, I suppose, is that the Occupy movement and the 99% are in agreement that we need, as a species, to have a resource-based economy. So all of these things we just have to agree on when we all meet up in Victoria Square. And once we've agreed on all of these issues that are obviously wrong and against humanity, we can sort of say, yeah, well, these are the things that are wrong, and these are the things we're having a moan about, and This is the way we want to go in a resource-based economy, and that's what these 1%ers want us to say. You know, they want us to have direction, and I feel that those who understand the resource-based economy, and even those that haven't watched the Zeitgeist movies yet, would instantly realise that a resource-based economy rather than the one that we have at the moment is the obvious way to go. And if that makes certain bankers and politicians and insurance brokers and whoever else unemployed, it doesn't matter. They can learn new ways of occupying their time, can't they? Because what else have they got to do? You know, nothing. Because, like I said on countless occasions, a resource-based economy won't have money. I look at the world and I see all of the conflicts and all of the anger and all of the bitterness of humanity. And that bitterness, that loathing for a different race, you know, the hate that some people feel just because a person's skin is darker is a tool that the 1% use to divide humanity from the rest of humanity. It's one of the ways they use to divide us. If we were all united, all of the races united with one goal and one dream for our children and for our children's future, then the 1% wouldn't have a leg to stand on, would they? You know, I've often said that I feel as though I've lived through a century, I've been alive through half a century that has been the most savage centuries in history. And it's all been a manipulation. All of that savagery has been a manipulation of the weapons industry and politicians across the world and throughout the 20th century and on into the 21st. They are making these wars. They're creating them. And I have to say, personally, I'm not going to take it anymore. It's got to stop. And everybody has got to say, stop all the wars. Now. Immediately. But you should always remember this. There is perhaps not so much a secret war going on at the moment, because so many people know about it. But people live with this war. They live in what I called way back in 1997 a three-party dictatorship. And a dictatorship is a tyranny. And the tyranny and the war that we're facing at the moment, us lowly unemployed and low-waged and workfare people, are being dictated to. And we're all being dictated to. We're all compartmentalized into different little jobs. And we go home and we watch the television and we watch BBC news. And we think that everything's honky-dory. But with $15 trillion is the debt of the United States of America, and $5 trillion is the debt of the United Kingdom. Both of us, as two countries, are carrying half the world's debt. So I think we're in a lot of trouble, really. And we are in desperate need of a resource-based economy. And these idiots in power at the moment, globally, well, idiots, all they want is to keep the control that they've already got. But they need to be kicked out so that the people of the world can have the resource-based economy that they actually need to survive. Or to survive with the present global population that we've got, and to exceed it and still survive. It's estimated by some people that we can have as many as 18 billion comfortably living on the planet. And then again, some people say that we can fit the whole population of the planet into Australia and be sustainable in Australia and just leave the rest of the planet to go wild. But we'd all be living together in Australia, in cities in Australia. But anyway, we got to get rid of these bunch of psychopaths first, because that's what they are. They're people that murder people. They are. They. And these people that are in control, these politicians and all the rest of them, they're compartmentalized as well. Some of them know what's going on at the top level, where all of these wars are planned in advance. Anyway, I'm going for a bit. Catch you again sometime soon.